We're at the Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, and we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Bear. And with us is Scott Hebert, who owns the Bear. He's won, well, let's see, you've won 6 Michigan Opens here, yeah, and you're the pro here, so that gives you some pretty good credentials to talk about this course. What's your secret?
Well, first of all, if I own it, I hope I get a little bit of a raise, because I would give myself a raise. But, the secret here is it's just a good golf course. It's softened up over the years from when it originally opened. As we're looking over here, we see all that long, heathery, nasty stuff in the middle. That's the way it used to be all the way around. But, it's matured into such a fine golf course because of 25 years. The rough has been reduced, so it's more playable, but it still has all the bite that it did the day it opened. So it's it's a great golf course. It suits me well. The reasons why I have success is there's a fair amount of room off the tees, and you're required to be able to control your distance into the green, which is always been kind of an asset of mine for playing golf. Is I was able to hit a 7-iron whatever I thought it was going to go, and that's the secret to this place more than any other place I've ever played.
Can you remember the first time you played it?
I can remember I was at school at Ferris, came up, and just some PGM guys, and we went out and played. I made an 8 on number 1. The pin was down in the bottom tier, and I couldn't get it to stop on the green. I played from front bunker to back bunker to front bunker, and I had to play to the back of the green and made 8. Number 2, I got in the front bunker, made 8. Ended up shooting 80 on the day. And all the Michigan Open rounds, it's funny. I can't remember them as vividly as the first time that I played the Bear.
Well, maybe it was just a little bit more challenging that particular day because it was a little earlier.
Yeah, and I was probably more of an accomplished player now than I was back in college. So it's a terrific golf course. People get scared by it a little bit, when they see the Golf Digest rating of how difficult it is. They'll hear the horror stories of how difficult it is. And if you go out there and you play the right tees, I think you'll learn to love it the way that I do.
Now, if a group comes up and they're asking for advice and you really don't know anything about their games, what are some of the tips you would tell them? Well,
it's one of my starters has one of the best lines, and he starts them out on number 1, and he'll say, because everyone asks that question, what tee should I play? So he'll say, I tell you what, just start out on the white tees, and if you get to the second hole and you think it's too easy, go ahead and move back. But I guarantee you, when I see you on 18, you're going to be playing the white tees in 4.5 hours.
That's a good one.
But, and I think that's true for a lot of places. Distance of the golf course doesn't make it challenging for most people. Most people's handicap is not how far they hit it. It's being able to control it. And if you can get yourself to have shorter clubs in, and then maybe take advantage of the replay if you want to see what it's like all the way back. We don't mind you slowing down a little bit in the afternoon. So, yeah, go ahead and move back and see what the Michigan Open plays from.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, let's talk about the bunkers. We have one shot of you where all we can see of you is the very tip of your hat. What
the bunkers are challenging because of the flatness of the bottoms. And, I don't know if Jack took that from overseas, but to make a golf bunker hard is if you have it perfectly flat on the bottom, you don't have any assist to make the ball go up into the air, which you see a lot of old golf courses with push-up greens. The bunkers normally slope towards the green. So you need a sandwich with a little bit of bounce, and you need to have a little bit of speed, and you need to have some courage because you have to generate a lot of speed to make your ball go up into the air. And, for that shot, it's just one of those things. I had a good lie. I was right in the bottom, nothing goofy with the stance, which you can get out here in the Bear, and, it's fortunate to hole it. But the funny thing is the next year, Stephen Polanski and I duked it out for a number of years, and neither one of us were doing well the last round. And he said, how about $5 a hole the rest of the way in? I said, okay, and I ended up birdieing 5 of the last 6, but I holed it from the same bunker the same shot because the same fourth day pin the next day, and he was in the group behind me, and I turn around and go. He's just shaking his head. But yeah, the bear and I, have had lots of good memories.